Welcome to Cinema Recaps. Please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting videos. As the film starts, Lee goes to a supermarket and purchases necessary provisions. Before leaving, he witnesses the store clerk watching a news report relating to an explosion in an apartment. Lee then visits a baseball tournament in which his son Marcus is participating. Lee's wife, Evelyn, his deaf daughter Reagan, and another son Bo join him at the stadium. As the match progresses, they see a comet-like object falling from the sky. The game interrupts in the middle, and the people leave to their homes in a hurry. Reagan goes with her dad, while Evelyn takes the other two kids. Lee talks to a police officer, Ronnie, about the possible causes of the sky blast. An unidentified creature suddenly runs into the police vehicle. Lee runs back to her daughter and starts driving his vehicle. The extraterrestrial creature also attacks Evelyn. Evelyn loses her grip on the vehicle and starts driving erratically. A bus pushes forward to her vehicle and another creature comes out of the bus. Reagan tries to go after Evelyn, but she is dragged by Lee. Evelyn consoles Marcus and Bo in the car when they start crying. Lee takes Reagan into a nearby restaurant to evade the creature's attacks. Everyone hides inside the restaurant when a mobile phone of a young couple from the group rings, and the creature suddenly attacks, and Lee takes Reagan with him and runs outside the restaurant. Evelyn hides behind the toppled police car with the kids, while Lee runs towards the car. Ronnie starts shooting at the attacking creature. As Ronnie continues to shoot, the creature attacks and kills him. A year later, Evelyn leads a life along with her kids on the streets. Evelyn sees her house on fire and tells Marcus and Reagan to wait outside while she goes in. Reagan tells her brother Marcus to stay outside while going to the basement in their house. Evelyn enters the house and finds it to be drowned in water. Reagan prepares transmission equipment from the laboratory. Evelyn keeps the infant in a wooden box and finds an oxygen cylinder underwater. Reagan also takes a map wherein they have searched for food and other people so far are marked. With the help of a compass, Reagan identifies a spot on the map after making calculations. She leads Evelyn and the kids to that spot, along with the equipment she prepared. As they reach the location, they enter the fenced-off region. Evelyn accidentally trips on a wire and activates a trap. The three start running in panic, and Marcus gets injured by a bear trap. Marcus keeps shouting loudly in pain, and Evelyn tries to calm him. The creature runs towards them to attack. Reagan incapacitates the creature with the help of makeshift equipment as the creature struggles to move forward. Evelyn kills it with a gun. She runs into the factory along with the kids. Another creature starts attacking them inside, and they are rescued by a man whose face is covered by a scarf. The man takes them inside an underground storeroom and closes the door behind. He tells them that they can't survive in the factory due to the scarcity of resources. Evelyn recognizes the man as her old friend Emmett. Evelyn shows the baby in the wooden box, pleads with him, and Emmett lets them stay. Evelyn nurses her injured son Marcus and puts the baby to sleep. Reagan helps her brother subside the pain by playing music on the radio through headphones. Emmett asks about Reagan's holding equipment. Evelyn replies that it just works. She doesn't know the details. Evelyn apologizes for her earlier inability to help Emmett. He says that they had to move to the factory owing to his wife Nora's sickness, and she died 11 weeks ago. Evelyn asks him why he didn't come to them to offer help. Emmett replies that the people after the attack became more selfish and weren't worth saving. Marcus suddenly wakes up listening to a song coming from the radio broadcast. Emmett explains to them that the same music is being played for 4 months. Reagan says through sign language that her father Lee would have heard the music. Emmett tells her that Lee couldn't have listened due to the valley, and that they too heard the music only after reaching the top. Reagan gets enraged and tells Emmett that he is not like her father. Marcus refers to the broadcast and asks Evelyn whether there will be more people. Emmett replies harshly that there are no more people and warns them to leave the place the day after. Later in the night, Reagan takes Marcus into the soundproof room and tells him that she tracked the radio signal coming from a nearby island. She says she can reach the island following the train tracks and taking a boat. She also says that they can broadcast the high-frequency signal from her cochlear implant to keep the creatures away, even though Marcus objects. Reagan goes looking for the island with her equipment. Following the train tracks, Evelyn realizes that her daughter is gone and requests Emmett to bring her back, saying that Reagan is the kind of girl that's worth saving. Reagan finds an abandoned train compartment and enters it. She traverses and sees a wide opening on the body of the compartment by the attacks of the creature. From the opening, she also sees a derailed train on the tracks. She moves forward and grabs a first aid box from the train. As she was about to leave, a creature came onto the train to attack her. Reagan uses a transmission equipment to subdue the creature. However, it proves ineffective. Reagan fires at the creature and misses it. The creature moves towards Reagan and gets shot by Emmett, who comes to rescue her. As they hear the sounds of many more creatures approaching, they retreat to a nearby house. Emmett says that he came to take her home. Reagan doesn't listen to him and persuades him to help her find her father. Reagan wakes up from her sleep and finds out that she was left alone by Emmett. She cries out of desperation. However, Emmett comes and says that he has found a boat. Evelyn tries to go out of the underground room, leaving the baby under the supervision of Marcus. When Marcus tries to prevent her from going, she assures him that she will be back within hours and tells him to take care of the baby. Emmett and Reagan continue their journey towards the boat. They reach an abandoned bridge. Emmett points at a docking yard to Reagan, standing on the bridge. Evelyn goes to the burial ground and pays her respects to her kids. Marcus tries to soothe the baby by singing a lullaby. Emmett and Reagan arrive at a docking yard in the night. Marcus goes up in the factory, leaving the baby in the box underground. Evelyn goes into a pharmacy and takes necessary medical supplies. Emmett tries to steal a boat docked in the yard. He drops the attempt in the middle as he senses someone following and searches for them with his gun. Evelyn grabs another pair of oxygen cylinders from the pharmacy and heads back. Emmett sees a little girl sitting alone at the dock and approaches her. The girl suddenly ties a noose around his neck and imprisons him. Marcus goes into the drawing room above ground and finds decomposed Nora's corpse. He gets frightened and runs back. Reagan approaches Emmett, who warns her to stay back, looking at a group of hostile survivors behind her. Marcus takes the wooden box into the soundproof bunker when a creature finds its way into the underground chamber. The hostile survivors confiscate Reagan's belongings and take her with them. Evelyn hurries into the steel factory and shoots into the air to lure the creature. Marcus shares the oxygen with the infant from the mask inside the soundproof room. Evelyn shoots at the oxygen cylinder, causing an explosion inside the factory. However, the creature survives and comes towards her. Emmett signals Reagan to dive into the water. He attacks the group leader from behind, thereby attracting the creatures. He injures the leader with a knife and jumps into the water. The sprinkler system inside the factory activates due to the explosion. Evelyn takes this as a chance to escape into the soundproof room without being noticed by the creature. Emmett gets released from the noose when the creature attacks the hostile group leader. The creature destroys the remnants of boats. Emmett stays silent in the water. He was rescued by Reagan with a boat that she had secured. With the help of the boat, they both arrive at the island. They sneak into the settlement, where they find another group of survivors. The leader welcomed them into the group. He tells Emmett that the National Guard started transporting people into the island once they knew that the creatures couldn't swim. He also says that out of the 12 boats loaded by the Guard, only 2 reached the island safely due to the panic created among people. Emmett tells the leader that he came to the island to offer help. When the leader agrees to Emmett's proposal, he conveys the same to Reagan. The creatures could find the settlement by traveling in the boat. They started killing the settlers while they were having breakfast in the morning. Emmett, Reagan, and the group leader escape in a car after securing a couple kids. Despite being attacked by the creatures, the 3 of them manage to seek shelter inside the radio station. When the leader says he wants to get back to his family, he is attacked by the creature and pulled outside of the station. Reagan and Emmett enter the station and lock it from the inside. However, the creature enters the station by breaking the door open. Evelyn worriedly looks at the depleting oxygen reserves when Marcus shares it with the kid in the soundproof room. Emmett and Reagan hide behind the control panels. Reagan finds out the broadcasting room inside the station and carefully tries to enter it. Evelyn opens the soundproof room door to let the air in and goes out to grab the medicines that fell on the ground. As she enters the broadcast room to transmit the signal, the door hinges creak. The creature comes at her and Emmett comes in between to save Reagan. Emmett closes the door behind him and the creature tries to attack him. Reagan comes out and shows the cochlear implant, which makes the creature vulnerable. She senses the opportunity, switches the broadcast on and keeps her implant to the microphone, thereby broadcasting the signal frequency all over. A creature also tries to enter the soundproof room. Suddenly, Marcus listens to the signal being broadcast on the radio and uses it to subdue the creature. Reagan kills the vulnerable creature with a rod inside the radio station. At the same time, Marcus shoots the creature inside the factory. The signal from the cochlear implant continues to broadcast over the air, and the movie ends. That's all, guys. We hope you guys have enjoyed the recap till the end. So go ahead and smash the like button. Please leave a comment about your favorite part of the movie, and don't forget to subscribe.